Ruby's joining me this first song.
What's happened in the last week?
I'm actually, what's happened in the last week?
Yeah. What's changed? Anything since we were last on here? Nope.
Nope. Not a lot. An extension of, in Minnesota, a 2-week extension of what we thought we were done on May 4th, and then we got another 2 weeks. So I know a lot of folks are experiencing different things like that. So
You went in today and did
But today was really fun. I'm dressed up a little bit. You can't tell, but I'm wearing my cassette tape earrings this morning because you've got.
Are they still there?
I think they're upstairs. You want to go get them?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Ruby needs to go get her party earrings. But I was playing with at Westwood for their Mother's Day service, which will air on Sunday, but is taped on Thursdays.
Where they go.
And so we were very, very social distancing careful, and we had masks on up until the taping began, and it was all very. It was, so those kinds of moments, they feel good because you're with friends again. It was great to see. I was playing with Zach and Aaron and Melody Olson and Ben Rosenbush and Steve Bosmans. So really fun to see friends, but then there's always that kind of a layer of sadness because it's just different and you're not able to be quite the same way that you normally are, but way, way much more a celebration than it was sad. It was great to just play music together again. So, so
that's coming up this Sunday.
This Sunday's Mother's Day.
Would they go to Westwood Church, Minnesota?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Westwood Community Church.
Westwood Community Church in Minnesota.
Yep.
And you're doing the Mother's Day service.
Yep.
How many Mother's Day services? How many times have you been home for Mother's Day in the last 20 years?
Never.
Never.
I've never been home for Mother's Day, so this Mother's Day I am home. I always picture people they're in a board meeting at church, and it's like, we should do something nice. There you go. Oots. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What was that thing you do? So, what were we talking about? Oh, Mother's Day. It's good to be home for Mother's Day. All right. Ruby's got the earrings. She's ready to rock your faces off with this little ditty from Station Wagon. Can you get in there?
Yeah.
3, 4.
Wait. Okay. Starfish, starfish, wonder what you are, fish. Tongue tied, go washing by, and you don't even care. Peaceful creature, come and be my teacher.
Morgan t-shirt. Rocking the Cindy Morgan t-shirt. All right. I've been going through memory bins, so it turns out my norm is every 2 to 3 years I leave behind me a memory bin. I poop out a memory bin is what I said at one point. So I have a memory bin deposit once every 2 to 3 years. And so at now 25 years of marriage, and I had a significant amount. I had 12 to 15. I think at one point I said 19, but that included like also video cassette tapes and all kinds of stuff. So I've been going through old stuff and
doing some wiping.
Yeah, I've been cleaning up some memory bin wiping and cleaning up.
It's
terrible.
Awful.
This is just going
It
down,
just went,
down and down.
No,
These are getting worse and worse, and it's just gonna. There's no end in sight.
Hi from Portugal.
Oh, hi Portugal. Hey. So it's been interesting, really fun and interesting to see. First of all, lots of letters from old friends, and that's fun to see. Jody Bridges, or always signed it Ciao Chicky Babe. All of her letters, and Brooke, letters from Brooke, and letters from good friends, and lots of poems and funny things. I don't know, and then just like notes from people who are reflecting back to you, kind of like what they see in you at different key parts of your life, of birthdays and graduation, stuff like that. So it's just kind of interesting. Got me thinking about this song and this old house. Wrote this after visiting the old house with Ruby. So we were driving. I drove into my hometown, and a detour took me into my old neighborhood, and I decided to go by my house. And when I drove by it, I just was overwhelmed with emotion. And Ruby was about 1 year old, and we got out, and it was for sale. So it was you could walk up to the windows and look in and kind of poke your head around. So it was just really surreal to be looking into the window of the little piano room where I had started writing music and all kinds of things, and just a neat feeling. So I went home, and my mom said, how was it? I told her I went by the old house, and she said, how was it? And I said it was sad, fruitful, broken, true. It's all these things. Some memories are good, some memories are harder, but you have like a lot of things happen there, and then the hull of the seed broke open, and you grew, you left.
It took me by surprise. This old house and these old feelings. Walked round and looked inside. Familiar walls and halls and ceilings where I'm dreaming. Every moment is sunshine. That was my whole world. It was all I knew. Like the hull of the sea, the soul that was cracked wide open, and I flew. Hadn't given it much thought. Hadn't been back here for a while. Everything looks so small. Seeing through the memories of a child who would dream and play. Every moment is sunshine. That was my whole world. It was all I knew. Like the hull of the sea, the soul that was cracked wide open, and I grew. Sad think we need a special guest appearance.
We do need a special guest appearance, Ruby, on cue. Our backstage is the very lovely, getting shaggier every day.
She also just ate, so she might burp.
She's shaggy, she's stinky, and we love her, and she's a wonderful friend. She's a wonderful friend. Thank you. All right, I'm calling on you for this next song.
Okay.
So,
Come
come on.
Playing.
Well, I was going to talk about what we're going to do coming up. So, we're just going to do 2 more of these. This one and next week. I didn't even really announce this one, but we're going to do 2 more of these, and then go to just show monthly. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Theme oriented.
And possibly at the art house, and maybe with Aaron and Zach and some friends joining me. So we're going to do that more like once a month instead of the weekly. But we'll do today, and we'll do next week. Will be our last weekly one. And anyway, thank you everybody who has just reached out, and I feel like I have not been this much in touch, and just even having the bandwidth to kind of check in with people has been really, really neat. And so thanks for listening. And someone had requested this song. I haven't still gotten to all the requests, but am working it out, and we'll keep playing when we do shows. If we do some nights or evenings at the art house. Okay.
Do you think the count was too loud? Versus the.
Well, yeah. Do up here. That was a little bit loud. Just back in this corner. It kind of gets. Yeah. All right.
I start.
Yeah, you start.
Trying to
go somewhere and.
Might have been a little monotonous, but
No, it was very nice. You did a very good job.
thank you.
On a shirt-covered drum, it's very
That's right.
yeah, making that. So Troy and I last, was it just last week?
Last week,
The
yeah.
weeks are like they're longer, aren't they? They feel like months. But last week we did a concert of hope through International Justice Mission, or with International Justice Mission, which is where Troy works. And we had Sandra McCracken, Brandon Heath, myself,
Robbie Seaban, Salorm
Tamaklo from Ghana joined us, and we did a song together, which was kind of cool. It took quite a bit of editing and work to do that, but it was really sweet. We played the hymn "It as Well." Anyway, you can see that that's up on Facebook, and I think pretty much everywhere.
If you could just Google IJM Concerts of Hope, or you could go on YouTube, Concerts of Hope. You could probably through your Facebook page too.
So check it out. That was really sweet and fun, and we emceed it, and we're emceeing the next one coming up as well, and it's just really super fun lineups coming down the pipe.
So we're doing 4 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for hosting it.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is going to be the cast of Hamilton.
That's all.
The original, of course. No, it's not. But it's Drew and Ellie Holcomb and Propaganda.
Very cool.
And Switchfoot. So the 3 of them together in an episode, just a little 20-minute mini concert. Bringing some good hope into your homes during this time.
So check that out. We will be doing that. It'll be on
next couple weeks.
All the news will be. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think. I was going to close with. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to try this one. My only hesitancy is that I woke up this morning to do this thing. I had to be there at 7:30 in the morning. Anyway, my voice is feeling a little tired, but also some songs are better on guitar, and they really need that pulse. And so this one's a little hard for me to play alone because it needs some of that in it. But I'm gonna try to.
Some songs are better on accordion too. I don't know if you.
I still have not worked out a song on the accordion, but Troy has backed me into a corner. All right. I don't know. I just felt like this one might be a great way to wrap up today. I was at a retreat, and it was really beautiful. And Kate Harris was speaking. She is just an incredible mind thinker. She's written a couple books, and she was talking about how that God really works with us in reality when we are being honest with ourselves, when we're like kind of in the spot we're in not sort of the enemies of that then are fear and fantasy, and the enemies of reality are fear and fantasy. So either asking or either saying to ourselves repeatedly, fear would be what if the worst thing happens, what if any number of these things happen, or fantasy, what if my life could be different, what if I could just be someone totally different, or in another place. And so that really hit me deep at that point, because I think I was definitely doing some escaping of my problems and issues and things, instead of kind of getting quiet with myself and taking the time to heal. I was I just was self-medicating and taking things into my own hands, and so it was it really hit me hard that this is where the good stuff happens. And she was talking about raising a child with special needs, and just how this is the cup that's in front of her every single day to drink, and sometimes that cup, it's never all one thing. It's never all bitter. It's not all sweet. It's almost always a blend of things. And but there's something about, by the end of her talk, I wanted to take up the cup of my days, and just like, I just wanted to drink up and be where I am, and not try to be somewhere else or be fearful about it. to the point of distraction and of not being able to sort of appreciate my life. And she really was highlighting caregivers in her talk, talking about people who day in, day out sort of like have set maybe even their dreams aside to take care of maybe kids or maybe a parent or something like that, but are just like all the ways that we might feel like our life is sort of suspended while we're doing this thing. And yet she was saying, what is in this cup for you? And this is where God meets us. He meets us in our reality. But I haven't played this one a ton live, and so it's not as, they kind of get downloaded into my brain or not, and this one is not. So anyway,
we can do it.
I know you guys are for me because you've been guinea pigs this whole time of my little experiments. All right.
How many hours have I spent watching this shining TV? Living adventure and proxy in another person's dream. The many miles of I traveled, looking at faraway lights, listening for trains in the distance, in some brilliant other life. This cup, I wanna drink it up, to be right here, in the middle of it, right here, this challenging reality is better than fear or fantasy. So take up what we've been given. Here's to the edge of our days, hemmed in by sunrise and sunset, by our youth and by our age. And thank God for our dependence. Here's to our chasm of need, and how it binds us together in truth and vulnerability. This cup, I wanna drink it up, to be right here, in the middle of it, right here, this challenging reality is better than fear or fantasy. What if my whole world falls apart? What if my life could be different? What if I stayed right here and took you in without the fear, and grabbed you whole without the fight? Didn't try to pass this cup, I wanna drink it up, to be right here, in the middle of this, right here, this beautiful reality is better than fear or fantasy. It's better than fear or fantasy. It's better than fear or fantasy. What right here, this beautiful reality's better than fear of fantasy. It's better than fear of fantasy. It's better than fear of fantasy.
Yes and amen. Thank you guys. Yes, thank you to all our patrons who have been supporting us, and for those of you who have joined us on Patreon, thank you so much. It's just a huge blessing in this time. Love and peace, friends. Thank you for joining.